So I guess there's a new political challenge. To see how many sips you can get other politicians to drink of the Flint water. Now, oddly enough, if you look at the color and the content and everything else, the one Governor Snyder of Michigan was sipping, the color was not as great. The texture, probably a bit grittier, so I don't know. But it definitely was not that clear. So I wonder very much if Obama is actually drinking filtered water from the city of Flint. Or if someone didn't just hand him, bottled water and said, here, here's some Aquafina or something along the lines of that. That, we've made sure was safe for you. But I imagine this is probably some kind of ice bucket challenge, Flint water challenge, to see how many politicians will come out and on record and sip the water that the other people are bathing in and drinking and everything else, or at least everybody thinks they are, and they're probably not. So this came from MLive, and I wanted to show this because this is what Governor Snyder was doing. Now all of a sudden, so Barack Obama takes sips of filtered tap water from Flint, and this is actually the result. I'm trying to find out who that chick beside him is. I think that's the EPA lady. I don't think that's the Michigan water quality standard person. So I guess this is kind of a political joke now, that this is how these guys are going to kind of get out of their jail time and stuff. We're going to sit here and we're going to sip a glass of water and then pretty much not even let it touch our tongue. I'm not saying we should waterboard those involved in the Flint water crisis, but all I'm saying is I would definitely buy tickets to see those politicians who are at fault get waterboarded using the Flint water. Drag them to the river and waterboard them? Why not? What the hell? I'm not advocating it. I'm saying if it happened, I'd buy tickets. I would not be advocating buying tickets, but I would definitely go to, support the historical issue. So, I'm not certain I would allow the President of the United States, even, if it wasn't Obama, do this or not, but, there is a certain point where you kind of say, okay, we kind of get it, it's semi-safe, but to the people in those areas, they still got the stuff coming out of their tap full of lead and stuff, so even if they have filtered water that the politicians are sipping, the pipes haven't been changed in the people's houses and stuff. The lead is still there. So this is just a giant political scam at this point. I can imagine, Obama going, okay, this is a humble thing to do. As much as everybody wants to say that he is the Antichrist and the devil and the reincarnated Caliph of death and everything else, I have to believe at some point or another, he has to believe that he is doing good for somebody, whether it be his Muslim buddies or not. When he does do things like this, and by the way, I still believe that to be tap water, or not to be tap water, I still believe that to be bottled water they probably brought from the White House. But, I don't know, folks. I'm not so certain I would have had the president do this. I would have had, the EPA lady do this. And then, I'm very happy to see that Obama has decided to do this. I think that's one of the things that I do kind of like about him, is that he is kind of a, Oh, he's a political organizer, community organizer. So he would want to do something like this, but is this really the best way to do this? I don't know. You think it would show him, like, going to a hotel in Flint and, not saying letting him take a shower in it, but, use the water and stuff like that. But anyway, so I don't know what your thoughts are, but Flint has a long list of things that they have to get done. And removing the pipes that are now corroded and bad because of the lead is definitely one of them. You can flush them out all you want. You can catch them in the drain all you want. But the damage has been done to nearly 100,000 people. And I want to believe that's the Flint water in Obama's hand. Whether he's a reptilian, human, antichrist, I don't give a shit. The point of the matter is he's actually making an effort. Now, does he know whether or not it's bottled water? I don't know. I have no idea. If he was told ahead of time, do you really want the Flint water? Do you want us to substitute it? Do you want us to dirty the substituted water? What do you want? I think he would actually say, no, if these are the people and this is what others are drinking, then I'm going to go ahead and drink it also. Now, I don't know whether or not he knows if he's drinking, that or something from some facility, probably. You guys get the idea here. But this seems to be a new political challenge, like the ice bucket challenge was for majority of people, and then there was like 2 or 3 others. This seems to now become the political challenge. Are you man enough to drink the Flint water? Da 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 da. Governor Snyder took 3 sips. Obama 4. Can you make it 5? Dun dun dun. The video only shows him taking 1, but I think it does anyways. I would show you the difference, but unfortunately my internet today is not the best, and I'll provide you the link with the video URL, and no doubt you can find it online as well. So I'm very happy to see that Obama has decided to do this. I think this is something he and Michelle could have done together. I would have said his kids, but them being minors, not the greatest idea in the world. I mean, So, it'll be interesting to see. But I imagine, like Snyder, they pumped Obama full of all kinds of vitamins and anti-vaccines and, anti-lead drugs and stuff. I'm sorry, folks. I just, in my head, this is what I go to. Like, whenever these guys do something with the public, they get like 30,000 shots before they come out. Especially something like this. You can say he's the devil, he's a reptilian-skinned human, yada yada yada, all the stuff you want, but end of the day, he is at least attempting to drink the water. Now, what really makes me weird about this photo is there's a picture in the background, or a flag in the background. And I thought, okay, if he's in Flint, what's that flag represent in the background? I know that we have the Old Glory, and then the Old Glory and the other. But I'm wondering if that isn't the city of Flint flag, because that is not the Michigan flag. So, thanks, guys.